Okay, welcome back to Belmont Bunch. Today we're going to talk about Islanders trade targets. Fun. The Isles currently have the fourth most cap space. Capfriendly.com. Amazing for that if you're looking.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
Yeah.
So close to $6 million in cap space. And we're going to talk about some players that can fit into this lineup currently and add some scoring. That's going to be the main theme, is scoring. So we're going to open up with my color-coded players. That'll give you a little hint at who's from where. With right wing, Toffoli. This is the LA Kings former 30-goal scorer. This year he has 12 goals and 15 assists. I just remembered that from the top of my head. 12 and 15. So a little bit down on pace for 24. Sorry, that's good for 27 points. But he has been a good goal scorer in his career. He consistently will hit the 20 range, kind of like adding maybe like, not to the same extent as Brock Nelson, who has become a fantastic player under Barry Trotz and is already at 20 goals, but kind of like, you know, guy that you can expect 20 from. And honestly, we can use all we can for goal scoring. And also, we don't have a lot of true right-wing forwards right now. With Clutterbuck in the IR, Eberle is the only player on the roster that's like a true right-winger, in that he listens to Rush Limbaugh every day. But, so yeah, we could use a little bit more comfortability on that side. So I think a sniper like him could revitalize himself, and revitalize. He's only 27 years old. So still got a lot of time.
That's how many points he has.
He should not get another point,
Yeah.
except if he gets traded to us. So that is number 5 on my list. So we're going to look at another right winger. Although I'm pretty sure I've seen him play on the left. But you know what? I'm going to trust the website this time, even though we called Tyler Toffoli a center. This is hockey reference, by the way, that I'm referencing. We're going to stay in California with Kevin. I'm just going to put his last name. Consistency, Tom. Do you get it? LeBanc. He's a cake eater. Please understand that reference. I'm talking to the hockey world, don't worry. So Kevin LeBanc, he's on a 1-year, $1 million contract. So that's really not coming into play here. And he has been having a down year. So has the whole San Jose Sharks team, hence why they are awful. But they also don't have a first-round pick. And if the Islanders think they're going to be really good, and they can be, I don't know if we really necessarily need the first-round pick unless you're afraid of the fact that recently there was an article came out, Arthur Staple retweeted it. There was a scout that has the Islanders ranked 24th in the prospect pool, which is alarming. Probably because all of our prospects go to Bridgeport and then they suck after that. Kind of like we should get a new coach down there so that that team could win a playoff series for the first time in like 20 years. Anyway, separate video. Kevin LeBanc, kind of a rough year. But like I said, San Jose is terrible. And that's just kind of in the water there right now. Good for 25 points. So Kevin LeBanc, kind of more of a playmaker. So I know we're looking more for snipers, which is why I have Toffoli here. LeBanc's a good playmaker. He's a top 6 forward on our team. This is an important distinction.
Yeah.
On a really good team, I think he's a top 9 forward. But had a great year last year. Kind of broke out in the playoffs. Has been a little bit down again this year. Probably not going to be a first-round pick for LeBanc at that current point projection. And Toffoli maybe a first round. So this is good. We're not talking about giving up a ton, but at the same time, I think the Islanders really should be willing to give up the first-round pick for, transition. Did you like it? Did you hate it? That was, all right, this is Tomas Hertl, also of the San Jose Sharks. Oh, hi. I'm Future Tom. The video you were watching is already out of date because Tomas Hertl tore his ACL.
And MCL.
And his MCL, so I'm sorry I did that. But now, back
to some asshole talking about things.
He's at 15 goals, 20 assists, pretty good, 35 points. See a big jump on this board. Hertl is a center, but you could also put him on the wings. Hertl is a good goal scorer. Career-wise, he is consistent in 20 to 30 goals, another thing that we could use, and fits into our top 6 pretty well because, boy, he kind of knocks our top 6 out of the water in terms of, I mean, Jordan Eberle's at 7 goals right now. Yes, he's been playing better. Beauvillier, this is kind of like an insurance policy for those periods that we've seen where Eberle and Beauvillier will kind of be quiet, and also Bailey will be quiet, and then nobody's scoring other than Brock Nelson and surprisingly Casey Cizikas and Barzal. And we need another layer of insulation for scoring because otherwise, I mean, this team right now is struggling to score. We talked about it in the other video. How many goals this week that we scored that bounced off of players? Not a lot of clean goals. We kind of need that. And Hertl's a bit of a sniper. Could use that. Number 2 is another sniper. We're going to go to Ottawa for Anthony Duclair, also a right winger. Duclair. Also, by the way, none of these players is older than 27. So I mean, you're not trading for, I mean, although it maybe would have been good at the time when the Canadians signed him for league minimum. Ilya Kovalchuk's been playing a lot better, but in his late 30s. And also, I kind of trust Lou in that Lou's had him before, and maybe Lou didn't think he'd fit in this locker room. Fair. So this is good for 33. Duclair. One of the few players I have in fantasy that hasn't decided to die yet. He has been a little bit quieter lately. Ottawa has also been quieter as a whole. They were feisty to start the year, and it's kind of dying out, which is good for the Islanders because now they can start trading because their season is over. And they have 2 first-round picks this year because the Sharks traded that the first-round pick for this year in the Erik Karlsson trade. So that's, by the way, jump back to here for a sec. First round pick for Hertl. I'm absolutely doing that because we need goals and we need them now. So Duclair. It's hard to gauge exactly what it would cost for him. I'm also thinking, and also last year of a deal, so could be a rental unless he wants to be back. That would be interesting to see. Duclair. He's at 33 points. He's a goal scorer. He's a sniper. He has kind of had a career revitalization up in Ottawa after being called out by John Tortorella last year constantly. And he has scored. He scores in bunches, kind of similar to some of our forwards, so that scares me a little bit. But, you know, him playing with Barzal, I just hate to keep saying that, but anybody playing with Barzal, really, just get some talent on Barzal's right wing because, I mean, Eberle and him have shown connections at times, but you need to be able to jumble lines when guys aren't playing that well, and you need more than one right winger on your team, you know, for diversity of opinion. And we're going to go to number 1, a center, also from Ottawa, JeanGabriel Pageau. Oh, I spelled that right. There we go. Pageau, who is, first of all, career a Ranger killer, which is, you might remember a few years ago in the playoffs, him having a good time playing against the Rangers, scoring a bunch of important goals. Had a game where he scored 4 goals against the Rangers in the playoffs. So that, you know, that's just a nice bonus. It's a bonus. He's at, what, 31? Yeah. Math correct there? Yeah. No.
Yeah, no, you're good. 31.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Great. All these players under 27, by the way. And Pageau fills a big hole, which is, so right now, third line center has been, or third line as a whole has been an issue for us. Acquiring any of these players and then bumping players down could solve that. But also, grabbing Pageau, you can put him on as the third line center. and immediately, unfortunately, you kind of, I feel like in a perfect world, the Islanders would trade for 2 of these players. We haven't had a trade in over 500 days, so grasping at straws. Pageau, I think, would require a first-round pick. He is still 27, I believe. He has shown a good playmaking ability this year, and you can see he's also just on the precipice of 20 goals. And as a center, provides some, like I said, third line. Unfortunately, he'd be playing with currently like Dal Cole and Kuhnhackl on his wings. Scary. That's why I have Toffoli here too. Trade for if you get I think you want a center and a right winger. You get Toffoli or Duclair or Labanc on the right side that can play first or second line, and then you could bump down Eberle when he's not playing well to the third line. Nelson's been playing second line center. Bailey's been playing a little bit of center. So if you get Pageau, maybe you can throw Bailey on the third line at center, and then you throw Pageau up into the top 6. Talking about this now is more terrifying than when I was thinking about the players, because I'm thinking I don't know if one trade just turns this team around. I say as if they're done. They're not done. They are in a precarious situation for sure, just barely ahead of some wild card teams that are all in our division, and it would help if we won some division games. But these are my current options. We will also talk, this is kind of a preliminary thing, trade deadline in about a month. So for now, I think you're looking at sniper, playmaker, sniper, playmaker. Just people that can get the top 6 going somewhat. And you've got money to play with, and you've got a first-round pick that you're winning. You want to win now, Lou. Yeah, when you sign Lee and you sign Nelson and you sign Eberle and you get the unit together and you spend a pretty penny to keep them together, you've kind of committed to win now. So I don't mind losing our first-round pick. Because what's the goal? Is the goal to win the Stanley Cup? Yes? Then you need to get better at scoring, because we suck at that. Could probably, and will probably in the future, talk about maybe with the loss of Pelech, maybe a trade for like a 7th defenseman, because Sebastian Aho has not played yet, and Dobson has filled in fine in the top 6, but Scott Mayfield, I am going to campaign for him to be benched if he commits one more penalty in the 3rd period. I swear to God. Andy Green maybe from the Devils, but we will talk about that in the future. This is more of a preliminary, let's go over it talk. And that's it. I want to give credit. The ideas for the Sharks ones, I hadn't even thought about how bad the Sharks have been this year. Came from a really good article that you should read from Eyes on Isles. So we'll throw that link in the description. And yeah, I just wanted to make sure I got the shout out there. And that's it. And also maybe he gets a shot with Tavares and he can get back to his career. Sorry, oh no, I said Tavares.
What? Burn everything!
I'm wearing this jersey. That's why I wore it to the Tavares game last year. The 6-1 game. But I think if he plays, I think we should cut that. I will die. Okay.
No, we have to keep that in.
No.
Yes!
No.
Of course we have to. That's amazing.
No, it's so bad.
We'll cut a bit Tavares and then we'll put...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
so Barzal, the better one.
The kid that won the call.
Yes.